Top of the morning, Pizza Pals. It's your favorite pepperoni with a passport, Meltvin. Today, Ryan and Stephanie are slicing into a land of castles, cliffs, and creamy pints. Grab your fork, because this one's a deep dish adventure through Ireland. Let's dig in.
Thanks, Melvin. Welcome back to One Slice at a Time, the podcast where every adventure is baked with a little travel, a little pizza, and a whole lot of fun. My name is Stephanie.
Ryan. We're both travel agents, which means we help people turn vacation dreams into reality, whether you're looking for a thin crust weekend getaway or a deep dish once-in-a-lifetime adventure.
Before we dive into Ireland, let's take a quick look back. Last week, we talked about 3 different kinds of trips, the once-in-a-lifetime opportunities, the ones we would do over and over and over and over and over again, and the ones that we will never do again.
So long, Punta Cana. So long, ski trips. Just like pizza toppings, some are classics you can't live without, and others are experiments best left in the oven.
And if you're new here, don't just listen hungry. Make sure you subscribe to our newsletter at extracheese.fun. That's where we dish out bonus travel tips, exclusive deals, and a little extra mozzarella on top of what you hear on this show.
That's right. So let's dive into Ireland, because that's what's up this week. And when I plan an Ireland trip, I always recommend you land in Dublin and you immediately head west right away and do Dublin End, because that's convenient for the airport. The first real slice of adventure for me when I plan a trip is the Ring of Kerry.
And this isn't a quick bite. It's a full meal. I always tell people, take your time here. 2 days is really best because you do not want to rush through this.
Exactly. I like to start people with an overnight in Kenmare. So they land in Dublin, they drive across country, they need a nap. I say, stay in Kenmare. It's a cozy town, perfect for getting your bearings before the big drive. Then the next morning, you're going to head out early through Clonlarty National Park. The landscapes are beautiful. Keep your eyes peeled. Some of the pull-offs, you may encounter goats, and they've been known to climb on your cars when you stop for pictures. So don't make an insurance claim right away. They'll stick to your hood like melted mozzarella.
And then when you drive the ring itself, always go clockwise. That way you avoid getting stuck in that bus traffic.
That's right. Early start and go clockwise will save you on the Ring of Kerry. Midway through, I recommend an overnight in Portmagee. It's a small town, but it has everything you need: a warm bed, a pint, especially a pint, and some friendly locals. Plus, it's the jumping off point for things like Valentia Island or Skellig experience.
Star Wars fans will want to listen up because the Skellig Michael is the island where Luke Skywalker took his little Jedi sabbatical in the more recent films. So if you want to stand where that Jedi once stood, this is the place.
Now be ready. Ring of Kerry is all about jaw-dropping coastal views. You'll get windy roads, sharp turns, and long stretches right on the edge of cliffs. It's magical. It's a little terrifying, but it's absolutely unforgettable.
And don't skip the Kerry Cliffs either. They're smaller than the Cliffs of Moher, but if the weather's clear, they're just as impressive. And fewer crowds.
I will tell you, this is a spot, it's probably the only spot in my entire life where I saw a rainbow. The full rainbow. The full arch.
Wow.
Not just like a little piece of it or whatever. I could actually see full arch. It was unbelievable. But when you leave the Kerry Cliffs, you're going to end up looping back around. You have overnight choices like Sneem. You could return to Kenmare, or you could continue on to Killarney, which is what I would recommend because then you're a little bit further north to start the next day, which we'll talk about in a second. But some of this is going to actually depend on how much light you have to play with, because depending on the time of the year, you have all different kinds of daylight options.
This whole ring is like a stuffed crust pizza, dramatic on the outside, but the real magic is what's packed inside. The little towns, the hidden viewpoints, and the unexpected moments.
That's right.
After the Ring of Kerry, I like to point people north to County Clare. Driving in, you'll cross the Burren, A rocky, moon-like landscape, a totally different flavor from Ireland's green hills. It's like switching from deep dish to flatbread.
And here's a pro tip. Stop at Hazel Mountain Chocolate while you're there. It's going to be a bathroom break because it's a long drive. Well, you're going to do a lot of driving in Ireland, but it's also an artisanal chocolate in the middle of nowhere. It's kind of like the sweet topping that makes a road trip extra fun. Get yourself a hot chocolate, get some fancy chocolate, whatever it is, just, have fun with it.
Then, of course, it's on to the star of the show, the Cliffs of Moher.
Absolutely. But you could just do the main overlook with the tourist crowds. That's a fine way to do it, especially if you have some accessibility needs and you need to have the golf cart to kind of take you up or whatever. But you could also hike along the cliffside trail or walk, whatever is possible. If the seas aren't too wild, you can also take a boat. I'm not going to hike, but you can drive to a spot where you can do a short walk to get to the cliffs, and there's nobody else there except for you. I like that. You could also take a boat to see them from the water. If the waves aren't too treacherous, that's a really good way to do it also. It's like flipping the pizza and realizing crust is just as good on the other side.
Nearby, you'll find the town of Dublin. It's small, but it is legendary.
I've been to Ireland 4 times, and I've eaten at Gus O'Connor's pub at least 7 times. It's tradition at this point. Party food, live music, and you get just one more pint feeling. It's great. People are always looking for traditional Irish music when they go to Ireland. This is a place that just has it pretty much all the time.
Dublin is your jumping off point for ferries to the Aran Islands.
Yeah, those islands are frozen in time. There are some cars, yes, but life just is simpler there. On my last trip, I toured one of the islands by a horse-drawn carriage. It was slow, scenic, spectacular. You talk with the locals. They're speaking Gaelic. It's great.
After Dublin and the Cliffs, you'll roll into Galway, full back on into civilization, street performers, shops, and pubs everywhere. It's a city that feels like a pizza oven that's always running hot.
And if you didn't do the Aran Islands from Dublin, Galway is another great launch point. And for a stay, I recommend the Hardiman Hotel that's right on Eyre Square. John F. Kennedy stayed here. It's a classic piano in the lobby, old world charm type of place.
You stayed in the shoebox room there, didn't you?
I did. It was tiny, but perfect for a solo night. Maggie went to Dublin to work, and I was here by myself. So I booked the shoebox room. It was a little less expensive, and it was, in fact, a shoebox.
Galway is also where you're going to want to stop for jewelry, especially Claddagh rings. Ryan's in-laws actually got new wedding bands there, right?
Always a place where you can take memories home, whether it's a ring, a song, or just the taste of that last pint. Shopping, great bars. It's a fun place to be.
Hold up, Pizza Pals. Don't forget, Ryan and Stephanie aren't just 2 slices goofing off behind the mic. They're travel agents who can help you plan your very own trip to Ireland. And now it's time for Ryan's famous Crusty Review.
All right, Pizza Pals, I don't know how many times I've done this, but straight talk with 8 out of 8 on the pizza scale in Galway, too. I know last week we talked about Dublin. Now Galway, they've got a spot, too. If you do Ireland and you go to Galway, do not skip Dough Bros. I don't care if you're there for 1 day or 2 days. Go there at least twice. It's good pizza. You walk in, they have one of those giant ovens that even says Dough Bros and like tile on it. It is, everything is amazing about this place. I don't know what to say. It's thin crust, cooked to perfection. It is a great, great pizza. I only discovered it 2 trips ago. So I'm a little pissed about that because I've lost a lot of it. I go to Galway every time. I've eaten there at least 4 times. It's great. After Galway, I like to cut back. You can go to Cork. That is a foodie's dream. English markets full of flavors you didn't even know were on the menu.
And just outside of Cork, you'll find the Jameson's Middleton Distillery. Totally different than the one in Dublin. And for whiskey lovers, it's like tasting a whole new style of crust.
Right. Then you head to the coast. You have Kinsale or you have Cobb, both colorful seaside towns with tons of character. In Kinsale, I did one of those ghost tours. They're always kind of cheesy, but this one really leaned into the cheesiness in the best way. I had a blast.
And Kinsale's also known for its food scene. Really incredible seafood and fresh flavors. It's like a gourmet pizza where every topping has like this backstory.
Right. Hop, on the other hand, has its own flavor of history. It was the Titanic's last port of call. There are walking tours, boat tours, and plenty of ways to soak in that coastal charm.
Between the food, the scenery, and the storytelling, this part of Ireland is one of those slices that you'll want to savor slowly.
That's right.
Finally, then, we're going to save Dublin for last, like Ryan had mentioned. That way you're already close to the airport for your flight home.
You could stop in Kilkenny on the way back. You could do that and go. That's where the Smittix brewery is, or the home of Smittix. And there's also a castle there. So you could do that on your way home, maybe if you have an extra day or whatever. But here's the important tip about Dublin. When flying back to the United States, customs actually happens in Dublin Airport. So that means you clear everything before boarding. When you land stateside, it's like walking straight through the express lane.
Can't complain about that.
No.
Yeah. Which is why Ryan always says, give yourself at least 3 hours at the Dublin airport. Because if you're not prepared for this and you show up late, you might chance risking your flight home.
That's right. You have to clear customs. Do that.
Yes. You can't just not clear customs.
Yeah. So while you're in the city of Dublin, though, before you have to do that airport junk, don't miss Trinity College, the Book of Kells. That is like an iconic thing that you must do. St. Patrick's Cathedral, too. Temple bars, music, and nightlife. Got to do those. The Guinness Storehouse. The Guinness Storehouse is one of those things where some people are like, do I need to do the $18 tour?
$18.
You do it. You do it. It may also be 50. I can't remember. You do the tour. You have the pint at the bar at the top, which is awesome because it overlooks the city. And you can see all of the mountains and stuff. The pint alone is amazing. So I always end your trip there. It's like the last bit of pizza crust, the perfect finish to your Ireland trip.
Perfect last bite. And Ireland really is a full pie, guys. Castles, cliffs, cozy pubs, coastal drives. However you slice this, there is a way to do it. You can do bus tours, private drivers, groups, or the brave souls who just drive it themselves.
Yeah, just remember that you're going to be driving on the other side of the car, on the other side of the road. And after you have a pint or two, that could leave you with a little bit more than burnt crust.
And that is our show for today. Next week on One Slice at a Time, we're going to be serving up our 2026 travel forecast, talking the hottest trends in travel for next year and where the world is heading. But before we go, Ryan, what's for dinner?
Seriously, the only thing I can think of for is Dobros. I might be having something else for that's all.
But you'll be dreaming.
Yeah, I'll take a bite of salad and be thinking about pizza from Dobros.
Have a great day, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks for hanging out, Pizza Pals. If today's Slice of Ireland left you hungry for more, don't forget to subscribe to Ryan and Stephanie's newsletter at extracheese.fun. That's where the tastiest travel deals and podcast updates get delivered fresh. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a review. Then share this slice with someone you want to explore the Emerald Isle with. Until next time, stay saucy, stay cheesy, and keep exploring one slice at a time.